What is going on, guys? In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to clean your gaming laptop. Once again, I've done this video before. You guys have really liked that video. I had a lot of views on that video, and I really appreciate it. So let's get into this. First things first, make sure you are powering down your laptop. Obviously, you just go to your power settings over there and click shut down, or you can just hold the power button down. This is something else you can use. This is 99% proof rubbing alcohol. Now, this is really good for cleaning. I use it for cleaning the insides of the fans, the buttons, obviously, the keyboard on the laptop, and I just put a little dab of that on a toothbrush, and I just simply kind of go over it, and just lightly kind of go over that with the mouse pad and stuff, and all that, and then I'll just simply take a washcloth and kind of just dry all that off. This 99% rubbing alcohol, it shouldn't damage anything. It's kind of made for stuff like this. It kind of takes it off, and it doesn't leave any residue, and it just kind of just gets anything, like if you had any sticky buttons or any sticky keys, for example, like that. I actually had a button that was kind of sticky from, I had accidentally spilled some soda on it in my car, and it actually worked for that great. So if you're doing it for stuff like that, it works out great. I also have a little brush here that I kind of use. This doesn't really get in the keyboards good, but it kind of does dust things off lightly, and it's very soft brush, so it's not going to leave any scratches or anything like that on the screen or on the keyboard for that matter. This is the HP Pavilion, by the way, guys. This particular brush I'm using right here, and this is made for cleaning keyboards and keys. I use this for my main PC, but it also works for the keyboard that's on the laptop. Once you've kind of done that and jumped on that, we can kind of, you can get some more detailed cleaning. I have some Q-tips here, obviously, that you can put the 99% proof alcohol, rubbing alcohol on, and you can do that. I do like to take this little bit of, this is a screen cleaner bottle. I do like to wipe the front off, or the top of the laptop off, and the little logo. You don't have to do this. It kind of does leave a little bit of a, as you can see, kind of like residue at first, but it does come off, and it does make the front of it kind of look shiny. Now, on getting to the back of it now, you're going to need a kind of special screwdriver. As you can see, while we're going to be taking this off, you see all the dust that's built up in the two fans right there. This is why I use an air duster. There are links to the description down below if you guys want this. This works out great. Is an air duster that doesn't leave any condensation like your normal cans of air would. You literally just plug it up to the wall, and you can just go nuts. I use this for cleaning my car, actually, and using this for cleaning my PCs and laptop. It just works out great for getting all that dust out. Luckily, we don't really live in a dusty kind of place, and the house we live in doesn't really collect dust that bad, so it's not too bad. Getting into the next portion, I kind of blew out the fans. As you can see, the dust is kind of, I got the main portion of the dust, so if you aren't able to take the back of the laptop off, you could just do this step like this and possibly skip the rest if you really had to. This will at least get that kind of main dust build off those fans and out of it. So next, for you guys that can take it apart, you're going to need a little special screwdriver. It's going to look very small. As you can see here, I actually had some issues getting the screws out at first, so I had to actually take the laptop off screen and get them off. One of the screws actually broke. If that happens, you can order new ones, or you can just leave it out. Mine's actually missing one screw, and it's not that big of a deal. You're going to have 4 main ones on the very top, as you can see up there, and you're going to have, I believe it's 4 or 5 on the bottom, and they're going to be very, very small, so be sure to hold on to those, and be careful when you're taking it apart, and you're not losing these screws, because I did drop a few and I had to find them. Luckily, I was able to find them. Now, next part is you can use a case knife. I know for people I've showed before, you could use a guitar pick, or, you know, they make little tools to pry the plastic off. You can use a case knife, or a butter knife, some people call it, and just kind of gently press on that to kind of pry that off. If the video is showing me going a little too fast, sorry about that, guys. I kind of sped up the video so I didn't sit here for a long time prying it off. Well, once you pry that off with a case knife, like I said, don't like hit it too hard or pull it too hard. You can break the plastic. Be very gentle when you're pulling those off. Just kind of slide the case knife, and I actually had a screw that wasn't completely out yet on the bottom here. I had to use a different screwdriver. That's why you're going to need these little small screwdrivers. Like I said, I'll have links down in the description for the screwdrivers if you guys need them, or the air duster for that matter. down in the description below if you guys are interested in those as well. They work out great. I use all these products, of course. And then, of course, you get the laptop nice and open. And now you can start your kind of more cleaning. Do make sure kind of the cables have been taken out or unplugged for that matter. I do like to check those and stuff like that. I did have a piece over here that looked broken at first. Wind it up, I just put the plastic back on and the laptop was fine. But it did look like there was a piece that could have been broken off. But so do be careful of that and wary some of that. The next step, like I said, is kind of just getting more finite if you want to get like really detailed in your cleaning of the laptop. As you can see, there's still dust on the fans up there, even though we used a can of air. That's where the 99% proof rubbing alcohol comes into play. Dust out those as much as you can. Kind of hold the fans. It's not going to hurt the fans any. Just hold the fans kind of down and hold maybe your hand on or kind of over them. That way you can kind of dust the air out. Make sure the air is completely getting out of those fans. Once you've done that, I like to take the Q-tips, or the toothbrush for that matter, and kind of just slightly dip it in that rubbing alcohol, and kind of go over those fans like those. So just kind of lightly brush over those fans, and that will eventually get the dust and residue off. You can even pour a little bit on there. Some people might not recommend that, but it's not going to hurt the laptop or any of the circuit boards in it. It's like made for this kind of stuff. It's not going to hurt it any. And you see all that dust I got out with those Q-tips. That's why the Q-tips are essential when using them, and the toothbrush as well. And then you can kind of dry that off and wipe that off. And then I like to end with dusting it out again with the air duster. And once you're done with all that, and it looks a lot better, as you can see, those fans look a lot cleaner, you're going to go ahead and put the plastic back on. Make sure you snap the plastic back on first before anything else. Make sure it snaps down good. As you can see, like I said, I was missing a screw on the very left, but I didn't have the plastic fully snapped down. So make sure it does have a little snap on there first, and then you can begin screwing the screws back in. You're going to have 4 on the top, and I actually was wrong. You're going to have 3 on the bottom. So 3 on the bottom, 4 on the top. 4 of them on the top are going to be very long screws. You can see the little small one in my hand there. Those are going to be your bottom screws. Most laptops are designed like this. Not all of them. They may have different size screws, so do be wary of that when you're taking your laptop, apart and doing all that. Make sure you're putting the laptop back together correctly too. Obviously, there's not really much to this step. It's kind of hard not to put it on the right way, but do be careful of that. Make sure it snaps back on. And of course, the ending here, guys, you do want to make sure that your laptop does in fact power back on. So now that we've got it all back on, we've got all the screws tightened, do make sure your laptop does power back on and you didn't mess anything up or pulled any cords out or anything like that. As you can see here, we powered it back on. The lights came on the keyboard. Do make sure, like I said, it powers back on completely, like the screen comes on, because there is an off chance that something was unplugged or damaged. Could have been while you were cleaning, and you want to make sure your laptop isn't damaged and, of course, can cut back on, as you can see here in the video. That's the video, guys, and that's how you clean your gaming laptop, kind of an updated version on that. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.